Hey, so this is my Decathlon training journal week 8 log. So that's my second week of my second cycle. I've got some training video this week that went actually really well. Um, got a few shot put throws and pretty happy. So I'm still throwing the 12 pound. I kind of put myself in 12-pound jail until I can throw the 12-pound shot put over 50 feet. At this point, the last probably 3, 4 practices, I've been throwing the shot in like the 46 to 47 foot range. So I know I'm ready for a breakthrough. You can even see what I need to work on in this standing throw. You can tell that the direction that I'm throwing and the direction of my left foot aren't aligned. So I'm throwing the shot put, it's kind of hard to see at this angle, but I'm throwing it more down the right sector line while my foot is pointed towards the left sector line. So like my force vectors are not pointed the same direction. Um, and you can see it more on some of these spin throws. Um, it looks okay coming out of the back, and you can see that this is a non-reverse. So my left foot's off to the corner of the toe board, which is okay if I was throwing down the left sector line. But instead, I'm throwing down like the right sector line, so I'm not getting a good block finish. I'm turning my feet and my foot's grounded and everything, but if you, uh, I'm just not directing everything where I need to. So I need to throw down the left sector line a little bit more, so that I can get some better power into the shot put. So this is a really good example of the problem. So you can see here I'm over rotating so much into the middle that my left foot is like off to the side rather than up against the toe board. And so like I didn't make it all the way to toe board, and that's because I'm like rotating so far to the far side of the circle. And you can kind of see that the shot here, you can see the shot's being pushed out this direction, and I don't. It's hard to see, but uh, either way, the shot's going this direction, and it should be going this direction. So I'm like probably 60 degrees throwing in the wrong direction, and I really have to finish through over my left foot. That's the end all be all of it. But I'm overall pretty happy with it. Like the fact that I'm able to throw as far as I am right now with some glaring issues where my force is being directed is great. I figure I get over 50 with the 12 pound, then I'll start throwing the 16 pound, and at the same time when I start throwing the 16 pound, I'll also start throwing discus. For me, discus allows a lot more flaws than the shot put. So if I'm able to line up everything in the shot put, then the discus should come a lot easier. Like everything should be going well. Um, so I'm just gonna keep working on the shot put. It's quick, easy. I'm not never complicating things at this point when I'm not thinking about throwing in a meet until like next year. And it's just a good test of whether my technique needs some work. Okay, so out of the way. So I'm as far as weight goes, I'm 196.8 this morning. So you can see if you look like here, the last like 9 days or so, I've kind of just been at the same weight. We had party last weekend, party this weekend. Um, I had intended to take a couple days off to kind of just like rejuvenate and eat a little more. It got a little bit out of hand, which I think is pretty common. So at the end of the day, I felt really good this week because I've been eating more. But I need to get things under control. So today's Sunday. Intent is for me to hit my target today, go into the work week, eating the right amount, and continuing to cut down. I now have a more specific target for some upcoming meets this summer, which is super nice. I've got 3 meets lined up this summer now. I've got one, I think it's July 15th ish, and then another one 2 weeks after that, and another one 2 weeks after that. I want to keep my weight loss going down. It would be great if at the meet July 15th, which is maybe it's a little later than that. It's like 2.5 weeks from now. That if I can be like, maybe like 192, 193 for that, right? Just kind of keep incrementing downward, seeing how it affects my performances at this meet. I believe the only thing I'm gonna do at this meet is a 100-meter sprint, because with everything that I'm working on, speed is the thing that I need to see whether I'm improving in. I don't feel the need to work on do field events or anything at this point because this is like a multiple year long project, and speed needs to increase. And if speed isn't increasing, throughout this summer as I do these meets every couple weeks, I need to reevaluate what the training is that I'm doing and whether I need to look at it from a different point of view. Because like it's like, oh, I long jumped okay. Yeah, I'm trying to be big picture about it, and speed is the big picture. As far as training this week goes, I don't know how visible that is. Probably zoom in a little bit more, maybe. There we go. Hills, really sore on Monday morning, but ended up having a good workout on the hills. Lift, really good full workout in the lift. Did everything I wanted to do. Tempo workout, 5x200 on the track. Felt pretty good. I did it after throwing shot put. Let me actually put that in there. I forgot to put it in notes previous time also. 25-ish throws. Um, so uh, 200s felt okay. Like they're starting to feel a little bit shorter, which is nice. They're not necessarily any faster, but they're starting to feel a little bit shorter. Speed endurance, I did 6x60 fast on the turf with spikes with some rest. I was like sitting in the shade. It was pretty hot out. I was sitting in the shade in between runs. Um, it felt good. It didn't feel smooth. Like it didn't necessarily feel efficient, but it did feel fast. This whole week, things haven't been like gliding, effortless running. This whole week has been kind of like working for it, but everything feels okay. A little bit of left Achilles and a little bit of right hamstring tightness after this speed endurance day, which is not surprising at all to me. I have like a history of Achilles tendonitis. Okay, there you go. Headset shut off. I forgot to do something with it. So a little tightness on the after sprinting. Because of that, I took like a full rest day, and we were doing a lot of vacation planning. We spent like sort of hours sorting out hotels and things for a vacation we have planned toward the end of July, and it just took up all of my energy. There's no two ways about it. It wasn't that I didn't have enough time. It was like I didn't have enough like mental energy to go lift. I might go do upper body today if I have the time, which I should, and just to I guess second upper body lift in for the week. And then on Saturday, I did 1,120 yard. I didn't put in my result for it. 21.2 average, which is my fastest average for this workout. Again, it's a tempo workout, so it's not like I'm running as hard as I can and then going, oh, it's a new best. Excellent. Um, because I could always artificially lower this by just running harder. But the goal isn't to run harder and run faster times. It's to still run with that like loose practice, good mechanics, um, don't take too much rest, and still have that time continue to work its way down. I think that like this kind of workout, like the 15 by 120 and the 200s, I don't think those will really have any significant contribution to my 100-meter dash once I'm in shape. But I think they'll be very important for injury prevention and for the 400 and for the 1500. Just like general aerobic because I'm not going on long runs. This is a good way for me to uh, run. I think at the end of really this time, the times that I'm running for the 200 and the 100, the 120 yards are like kind of 1500-meter pace goal, 1500-meter pace in a race. So it's good also that I get comfortable running at that tempo. Um, I'll be able to like remember it on race day once that comes around. So I think that's it. So big things this week are that I now have meets this summer. I got 3 meets, which I will probably exclusively sprint at. I've got I feel like I'm making some progress in the shot put, and the sprint planning is just continuing to go. Oh, I may change up my speed endurance day a little bit so that I have a little bit more direct preparation for the upcoming track meets. Like instead of doing those 60s that I've been doing, I may instead do fewer hundreds. So that I just have a little bit of what 100 at a higher pace in spikes on track feels like, so that I don't shock my system too much. The other thing that's completely missing from my program because it's not really I wasn't planning on doing track meets this weekend this summer is acceleration starts. I've done basically no static starts this whole time. I've always been kind of doing a couple step jog into anything I'm doing, so there is no like sudden burst at the beginning to help prevent Achilles tendonitis or any hamstring issues. So I will need to add in a little bit of static starting, just a little bit like light down start work, just so that I've done it before the meet, so that adrenaline doesn't kick in and I don't like wreck myself in my first 100. Uh, Goal wise, I'd love to be able to run in the 13s at this first summer meet. I have no idea if that's reasonable. I ran in the 13s both of the last decathlons I did 2017 and 2019. But then I took a lot of time off, and I don't know if I'm in that kind of shape. I've been running a lot more now than I did before my other decathlons, but I also was just like generally more active before my other decathlons, which probably had a positive effect on my sprint speed. So let's hope we're in the 13s. If I'm in the 14s, that's fine too, as long as I'm getting faster. Okay, have a good day, everybody, and thanks for listening.